Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet, Zulu VA3, CJZ, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, or AREG, for Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in Hamilton, Ontario, at the western tip of Lake Ontario. And this is week 1712 for the AREG, being on the air once a week. We meet here every Wednesday from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Eastern, here on 146.430 megahertz. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So I also live stream on YouTube this net. So people who tune in will be able to hear stations that they can't hear on their radio, hear how they sound on the air, see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. Just type my call into the YouTube search box, again, VA3CJZ, and click on the live button, and you can join us in the chat, as many have already started to do already. Uh, or you can look for tonight's title, and the title for tonight's YouTube video is AREG Week 1712. And I'd like to congratulate all the newly licensed amateurs and welcome you to the hobby. Welcome. And for those of you returning from an absence to the hobby, welcome back. Finally, I ask that you please leave a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. Now, with that, are there any time sensitive, mobile, portable, or priority traffic stations who would like to check in now? Please come now. All right, then let's open it up to anyone and everyone with a valid license who would like to check in to the AREG net. Please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Mike, Quebec.
Oh, number one.
IVA3 WPG.
All right, I got two there. VE3KMQ and VA3WPG. Mike, VE3KMQ with a number one with a bullet. Come on in, Mike.
Yeah, VA3CJZ, V3KMQ. Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else listening along tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Busy week for me. Been doing some repairs on plumbing in my laundry room. Had situation, not a switch situation, but the hoses and the tap that feed the washer. One of them very badly was corroded and looked like it was just waiting to cause a problem for me. So I figured I better address the thing. So not only did I replace the hoses, but also the plumbing lines that come down to feed the hoses, new taps, the whole thing. So spent a good day and a half on that before I got everything right. Used a little bit of pressure fit connectors and also some soldering of elbows and that to the copper pipe. So it was a bit of a task, the one that I had to plan out, but got it done, and hopefully everything will work fine for me. So that's what I've been up to. But also enjoying this great weather. It's been pretty fair, pretty good. Hopefully it can stay, but I do think we got some rain in the forecast. But anyway, that's the way it is. And with that, back to you there, Chuck, V3KMQ.
All right, so it sounds like Mike has joined the likes of the Super Mario Brothers with some professional homemade plumbing. Very good. Yeah, geez, I've used compression fittings before, and I think they're okay. Depends for what application, I think, but um, Yeah, and of course soldering. Who hasn't tried soldering copper pipes? I mean, I rent here, so if I get a drip, I just make a phone call to the property manager and they send someone over. So, which reminds me, my laundry tap on the hot side is leaking once you open it, and no matter how much I tighten that little screw in the center, it's the rubber seal inside that's gone. So, anyways, Mike, yeah, it got a little warm though. It got to what? Uh, Geez, 31 or something here. So, well, humidity is down a little bit from what it's been. Right now, it's only at 51%. That's really acceptable, actually. So, thanks for checking in, Mike. Anything else? I know the bands have been, hit and miss.
Yeah, you're right, Chuck. I really haven't been on HF much at all for the last while. It's like a couple of months. I check in, of course, with on RixNet, but it's a little bit here, a little bit there type of thing. I really miss the upper bands, 10 meters, being pretty much dead. Um, I don't know whether that's going to pick up later on in the year, or maybe we've seen as much of that as we're going to from several months ago. I don't know, but it sure would be nice to work some DX. I always get a charge out of that. There's always contests, and sometimes there's some guys, especially stateside, who are using a kilowatt and a half or something. They usually seem to crash through on even when the propagation isn't the best, but few and far between, I guess. Anyway, I'm sure better times are coming. Anyway, I'll hang it up with that and wish you a good net. And thanks for doing it, Chuck, as always. And we will listen along for just a little bit and turn it back to you there. V3KMQ.
Okay, very good, Mike. Thanks for sharing, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening. I wouldn't be surprised if our count was down tonight because of that. It's such a nice, it looks like a lovely sunset there coming up. I see a lot of shade on the front there on my security camera. So, all right then, we'll clear with VE3KMQ and bring in Wade from the West End. Not Wade, I'm sorry, Chris, VA3WPG. I was just looking at Wade who had checked in on the YouTube stream there. By the way, hello everyone on the YouTube stream. We've got Guy from Ottawa. We got Wade. We've got Rick, VE3BK. Johnny Las Vegas is here with us. And Bill, VE3BNW, checking in from Selkirk, Provincial Park. Right on. Very good, Bill. Thanks for checking in. I'll add you to the log. And the other Bill, VE3IUK. And let's see, who else? Wow, already lots of activity. Okay, welcome. So let's bring in Chris, VA3WPG.
Yeah, good evening, VA3 WPG. Ain't nothing going on here tonight, just listening to the net. Nothing exciting going on here. Guess I went for the first solo drive today with the G2. Had to do some stuff downtown. Didn't want to get on a bus near Jackson Square, so I picked up a car, went from downtown to the university, and dropped it off and went back home. Did not like it. All these new cars with all their stupid new features and
Hmm.
automatic assists and brakes and or not brake, yeah, automatic braking if you're coming around a corner. Doesn't let you be at one with the vehicle. I don't know. Just not the same as back then when you went down the backcountry road and your parents switched let you drive down the back road in the driver's seat. Just doesn't let you be at one with the vehicle. I don't know. I don't like all these stupid new automatic features. And to disable them, you got to go into menus and then sub-menus and then another sub-menu after that. And it just seems more in a pain in the ass than anything. But we made it from downtown to Westdale and nobody honked at me, so I would consider that a success. I don't know if anybody wants to make a comment on that, but I'm going to say driving today is not the same as what it used to be with all this automatic crap. That's all I got to say for now. VA3WPG, having a cold snack, and when I'm having cold snacks, I usually get pretty active on the trivia. So we'll see what happens. VA3WPG.
Okay, Chris, being active on the trivia. Yeah, usually lots of people are. And yeah, just wait till they let loose those self-driving cars in Hamilton. Woo! That's going to be wild. So they're still testing the crap out of them, but some places have released the self-driving vehicles. Uh, but I just got this vision in my head of this movie I saw where all the self-driving cars all went up on the same road and jammed up that road. It was funny. Anyways, all right, Wade, and yeah, and if you're using a driving school car and they have to have certain features in there, things like a double brake. Some places even have double steering possible so that the passenger can take over right from their seat. So there's also all kinds of features. And yeah, my wife had a car that had this and that that you could look up on Bluetooth. Uh, the coded number to break into your car, all those things. And you know what? The manual stayed in the glove box for the entire time she owned that car.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm not going to be getting a computer car when I get my car, but I had something on that. Where was I going to take that? Oh boy, I'm not remembering now. But yeah, all these new features are just stupid. Oh yeah. This wasn't a driving school car. This was just one of those gray cars that you see around Hamilton with the C on it. It's a communauto car. It's a car share thing, but it's just a car. All the new cars have this crap with all these menus and submenus and auto assist. And this one was just your normal Toyota Corolla SC hatchback. Not a driving
Ew.
school car, none special.
Yuck.
Just a stupid new technology that interferes with being at one with the vehicle.
The only yeah, that's like at automatic steering, and standard. I actually like standard, to tell you the truth. Well, I drove a tractor trailer for years with the carnivals, so I'm used to standard. And you just have better control when you're stuck somewhere. A standard can help you out where an automatic wouldn't. But everything else, yeah, um, I hear you, Chris. Anything else to lament with?
Maybe you like that stuff as you get more time on the road. But when you're on your first drive, when you're kind of wanting to make a left turn and you're trying to do that, you don't want the car to try and brake for you. Because, as I say, you want to be at one with the vehicle and not having this stupid thing try and do something for you when you're not expecting it. I don't know. Just stop it with the technology. That's all. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's got their gripe, Chris, and I understand. Geez. Yeah, but there's no getting around it. We are moving ahead with everything smart now. I don't know how smart it actually is gonna get, but I don't know how far I'm gonna be able to see into or live into the future. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, Chris, thank you so much for checking in. And with that, let's see who else is out there. Would like to check in to the weekly amateur radio exchange group. This is Chuck in Hamilton, VA3CJZ.
VA3MCA. VA3IMW.
All right, two more there. We got NCA and IMW. Let's bring in Wade from the West End. VA3, November, Charlie Alpha.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Good evening, Chuck, and good evening to everybody on net. Made it to Wednesday, halfway through. I woke up this morning, forgot it was garbage day for me, and had to rush out and put everything out. I got spoiled by last week with the holiday, pushing everything back a day. It snuck up on me, but we got that done, and ended up actually at work today. So this is a work from work day for me, and included a visit to the physiotherapist there for my shoulder, hoping that I can get it in pretty good shape. I think I can for my big ride in August, where I'm doing the 1,800 kilometers there. So that's coming up fast. I mentioned, the only other thing I got to say here is that I mentioned, I think, on the Friday night rag shoe, but I haven't mentioned it to AREG yet. We had a very successful exam session with the CubeSat team at McMaster. A bunch of students all got their basic exams done, all successful, all 9 of them. So there's 9 new hams in the area. 2 have yet to pick their call signs. I'm going to have to follow up with them to make sure they know that they've got to do that. But 7 are fully active and online. So 7 out of 9. The last 2, I just have to follow up to make sure that they know to pick their call signs out. So that was a pretty successful day last Saturday, and yeah, we were happy to welcome them into the hobby. Back to you there, Chuck.
The numbers are rising.
How many again, Wade?
We had 9 that showed up. We had 10 registered. 1 couldn't make it, so he dropped out. But the other 9, they all wrote and they all passed. So 9 new basics in our local mids.
Any thought of a way to use 7 of 9?
Oh, dangerous curves ahead. Yeah, okay. Very good. Congratulations. 9 more. You should tell them about the AREG when they get their first bofang or or whatever. And yeah, very good. And I'm not sure if we have any newly licensed hams on the YouTube chat, but if there are, welcome and congratulations. And Truth Hurts. Oh, that's Ken, I think. Had an 8-year-old pass a technician test recently. Right on. Congratulations. That is fantastic. I do hear some young folks on the radio, boys and girls. Um, and of course, sometimes it's hard to tell unless you look up their call sign. I used to be they used to call me a little girl when I used to call them for my mom at work, and there's a little girl on the phone. No, it's my son.
Yeah, it's always good to hear the young folks on the air. Actually, I guess this is a day late, and I guess a dollar short is the saying. I don't know. Well, at least it's a day late. There was the Scouts on the air that happened last night out of a station they had set up just outside of Chicago, and Larry and I and a couple others of us, I think, are on a mailing list where they let us know when that's going to happen. And this round was last night, so hopefully people picked them up and made a contact with a bunch of scouts, young scouts there out of just outside of Chicago yesterday. If not, they do this about every 6 months or so, and we usually post it in our Discord when the next one's coming. I saw that Larry posted this round, so hopefully people got out and were able to pick up a couple young scouts. I'll still call the 9 that I had the pleasure of doing an exam session with young. Everything's relative. These are university students. They're all probably in their early 20s or late teens, so I'm going to call that young. Not quite as young as 8, but still I'm going to call them comparatively young. And 3 of them were YLs, so that was very nice to see as well. So Good day all around.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. That's great news all around there, Wade. And yeah, yeah. When you mentioned working from work, I read a story about government, federal employees, I guess, getting told to go back to work for, I believe it's going to be 4 days a week. And of course, they're not happy. But geez, and they're complaining. People that actually work physically for a living, they work with their hands, they work in the factory or whatever, they don't have the luxury of saying, well, I can't assemble a car or whatever from home. I have to go into work. So be thankful for what they let you get away with, I say.
They don't want their job, I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
It does certainly depend on the type of work you do. That's for sure. With the job I have, they don't mandate, but they do, strongly suggest 2 days minimum a week in the office. But it really depends on what you're doing. And with the type of work I do, have to have face to face with some people quite regularly. So I end up being minimum 3 days a week, often four. And things like that. So, yeah, there's something to be said about being on site as well. You have those encounters in the hallway that turn out to be quite useful to have, and maintains relationships that are important. So I see the point. But if I have to focus and just get something done at a deadline, the type of work I do a lot more. I do a lot more focused work if I'm at home, where I'm in my own office, and nobody's
Yeah.
going to just pop in the door to have those other sessions. But they're both important things to do. You have to sometimes focus on a task, and other times you have to make sure you're working with your coworkers and can actually recognize them if you pass them in the hall. So it's all about balance. Back to you there, Chuck.
Yeah, I should have listened to my mother. She worked for the government her whole life, DOD, and she tried to get me once I turned 18 to work for the government, and I was so full of beans. I wanted to get out. I wanted to go and explore and work outside, and I did. I followed that dream, but uh, she could have got me a nice, cushy job for the government, which pays very fairly. It's kind of like anyone who works at a hospital. They all get paid well in a hospital, from the janitors all on up. So, uh, yeah, it's I should have listened to her. I would have been able to work what, 25 years and retire, even 30. If I had worked 30 years, I would have been 50 years old had I listened and joined when I was 20. But oh well. Yeah. I have an uncle who uh, got into the was into the government as a in the IT department, and he was on contract, and so they would renew his contract whenever the contract was up. And then one time they didn't renew his contract, and yet my cousin, his nephew, got in through his mom and as a full-time position. And my uncle had worked for the government for 25 years and hadn't, uh, he wasn't able to get off a contract and get on to full-time. So, oh well. Thanks for letting me vent there, Wade.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, this, Mac's been a pretty decent place on the balance. Every job has its pluses and minuses, but I've been there now as a full-time employee for 28 years, and in one way or another since '91, so longer than that. I don't think I would have stayed that long if there wasn't something about it. So that's uh, that's how it worked out for me. And even though I shortly qualify for retirement. I have kids that have to still go through school, so even if I qualify, it doesn't mean I can do it. So I think I'm there
Yeah.
for as long as they'll have me. And that's not a bad thing. So that's where I'm sitting at.
Yeah, yeah, good for you. I think the point I was trying to make was I should have worked more with my mind than with my body. Mind you, I did have a great body, but all that aside, working hard does get you into shape. All right, very good, Wade. Well, thanks for sharing all that with me and the group. And if you have anything else, by all means, break in. Any final words?
I know, just that I will be here for the duration there, Chuck. Looking forward to it as always, and thanks for picking me up. I'll be following along. Back to you there, Chuck. VH3 CJZ VH3NCA.
Okay, very good then. So let's bring in Mr. YouTube streamer himself, VA3 India Mike Whiskey.
I was waiting for the repeater to drop. Goodness gracious. We all fall prey to that once in a while. Anyways, good evening, Chuck, and everybody else who's listening. Um, Happy hump day. Day 3 on the return trip to work. I'm sure that Wade's feeling the same thing. Come on, bring on the weekend. And actually looking forward to Saturday, a little trip up to Milton to check out the things at the Ontario Hamfest. Hosted by the Burlington Amateur Radio Club. So, looking forward to that. What else is going on here? Goodness gracious. I guess everything's so foggy because I'm just I'm blasting into everything I missed during my 10 days of solitude and rest. So all kinds of other stuff is kind of clogging up the neural paths as far as the work stuff I have to keep straight in my mind. But nonetheless, it's all good. Another day today, the trip up and back from work. It was almost like everybody else took the day off. So I'm kind of celebrating on exemplary days where traffic is not getting in your way, and you make speedy trips up and down the highway. So that's good as well. I guess the other thing is positive note. Nothing else has failed critically on my truck, so happy. Looking forward to the 18th of July for our group activation at Christie Conservation Area. And I'm not going to vent terribly long. However, I'm going to agree with Chris that the new technology that's being built into cars makes people really stupid. It all started with backup cameras and that kind of stuff. It's a nice enhancement to your ability to see what your vehicle's doing when you're backing up. However, when it gets really, really techy, you change a lane, a camera comes on and gives you a screen view of what you should be looking at in the side view mirror. The adaptive cruise control can be a little frustrating because if somebody gets in your way, it causes your vehicle to slow down, and you really don't want that to happen. And the lane wandering correction thing, I like to drive a little bit to the left in my lane. So the first time I drove one of these cars with one of those systems in it, it took me a day and a half to figure out how to disable it because I was always fighting the wheel because where I wanted the vehicle to be, it didn't want to be. So, absolutely. And also concurring with Wade, the team dynamic of working with people at your workplace is 100% really important. I kind of pity Wade with being in a situation where when he wants to really bore down and get work done, he's got to find a place of solitude, which is better home. I have a door, and I also have a clear picture when I'm booking time for me to get something done. I'll block time. I'll block time on my Outlook calendar, and it's do not disturb, do not pass go, do not collect $200, do not cross the threshold at the fear of physical harm. So, anyways, it's all good. It's Happy Hump Day, and looking forward to the trivia and everything else that you put together for us, Chuck. Thanks for doing this one.
Okay, that was a mouthful. So one thing that caught my ear there was the vehicle. Um, like uh, like I said, my wife had a manual for the car she bought there, and it could do this, it could do that, but nope, everything stayed in the in the handbook in the glove box. And geez, she's even got another one now, a newer one. And I don't drive her vehicles very often, but when I do, I'm always yelling at her, How the hell do you back up this seat?" 'Cause she's a petite woman, and let's just say I can't get in when she's got the chair the way she likes it. So yeah, it's definitely, not you can't. A good driver will be able to pretty much get into any vehicle and within a minute figure things out, and off you go. But some of them are tricky, let me say. Anyhow, Mac, did I miss anything? What else?
Um, yes. So you should be able to learn. Well, you should have to learn to drive a vehicle that doesn't have all this fancy bells and whistles. Um, so this is like Generation X and Generation Z is coming into a world where you don't have to be a good driver. You can drive a Tesla and curl up and go to sleep, right? How many more times do we have to hear about news items where driver has been accosted for being sound asleep at the wheel as
Mm.
their Tesla drives down the highway? These vehicles are not intended to be autonomous, and God help me when these autonomous vehicles get on the road and get in my way. I hope they've got really good insurance, because I have no patience for technology that somebody thinks should work but really doesn't. Oh, one other thing. Motorcycles, lane splitting in North America, it's illegal. And I had a young gentleman that tried to force me out of my lane position by coming up alongside of me between the curb and the front fender of my truck. I don't want to tell you how that ended, but yeah, not a good idea.
Comment.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, comment.
I don't have the cojones to do lane splitting, so that would have not been me. But I have a URL, an interesting URL: www.tesla-fire.com. That's www.tesla-fire.com. We're up to 232 entries now. The last entry is 2/11/2024, so the site hasn't been updated in 20 years. Or 2 years, pardon me. But yeah, we are up
20.
to 232 entries on TeslaFire.com.
Alrighty then. Another URL. Can you repeat that again, Chris?
Yeah, that's www.tesla-fire.com. TeslaFire.com.
All right, folks. Now you have it. Check it out. All right, Chris, thanks. All right. Anyone else with any comments, questions, or anyone would like to check into the AREG net, please come now.
E3, I'll be happy. Number Foxtrot Golf. V3, Bravo, Kilowatt.
Foxtrot Portable.
I bet I won.
Wow, I think I heard four stations, but I only copied two. I copied Larry, LBI, and Steve, NFG, and Vern actually was in there, I think, at the end. But there was somebody that I missed at the beginning, I think, with Larry. Who was that?
V3, BK.
Ah, there he is. All right. I'll take Larry first, and then I'll take you, Rick. Uh, so, BK. All right. So let's bring in, excuse me, VE3LBI. Larry, come on in.
Yep, good evening all, and Chuck are on the net tonight and on YouTube. Yeah, a slow day today. Didn't do too much. I cut the lawns yesterday, both front and back. I don't usually do that, but it wasn't such a bad day. I decided to go both of them, so I turned them
Oh,
up and got it all cleaned up, and just some tinkering basically around the house, just cleaning up a few odds and ends that needed. We ended up with this black soot. Um, don't know where it came from. They're doing some testing environment. Mo's doing some test on it now to find out what it is. I don't know whether you ran across any or not, Chuck. You could touch anything. What happened was basically how we found out was the dog came in and looked at the dog, and I said to Brenda, I said, why are the dog's feet all black? And looked at her, it's all back on her back hinds, it's all black. There's something in the air, came down, got in our grass, and the dog got into it, just walking around, laying on the driveway. It was covered everywhere. All of our furniture, we're hoping for rain on Thursday to wash off the front porch.
oh, wow. No, nothing like that that I noticed, but I haven't really been hanging out. But usually I can tell um, uh, our mailbox seems to attract all the black soot from being so close to the factories, I guess. Um, although I wouldn't want to be on the north side of Barton Street, that's for sure. Um, yeah, every couple of weeks I have to wipe down the lid on my mailbox there because it just gets black. And so, to be kind to the mailman, and well, we put our hands on it too. So, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what it is.
They think it might be something to do with downtown with the coke ovens or something. They're not 100% sure yet.
Downtown.
Like I said, the ministry's been up and taken samples. People were over in the Huntington Park over here, which is not that far from us, about 4 blocks over. And the kids came home with black running shoes, like white shoes, and they're just covered in this black. Um, and it was all over the car. It's almost like felt like it was a bit greasy. I took my finger on one of the chairs out last night. Well, I guess just the afternoon actually, and ran it maybe 3 inches, and I picked my finger up, and it was completely black on the end. It just it's one. And the thing about it is, we're breathing that stuff. So where is it coming from? They got to find out. They're gonna, like I said, they're supposed to be doing some testing on it now. Been quite a few people that have called the ministry environment, and they've also got let our alderman know up here too about it.
All right, all right. Well, you did it again, Larry. You threw me for a loop when you said the coke ovens downtown. And I'm thinking, all right, City Hall, Stelco coke ovens. Not even close, Larry. Not everything is downtown. But anyways, I get it. I get it. It's just funny when you say it.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's downtown. I got to go down here to get to it.
It's down the mountain. Not everything is downtown. I am miles from downtown, and you keep saying, "Oh yeah, where you live downtown." I'm like, "No, I'm not downtown. There's nothing I can walk to. I have to drive to get to downtown."
Well, I don't know what you classify as downtown, but anything below the escarpment to me is downtown.
Well, Larry, a downtown is usually where all the office and government buildings are situated within a certain circumference. Like that's like saying, Chris, WPG, he lives downtown, and there's no way he lives downtown, but he's not on the escarpment, right? Anyways, I just think it's funny.
Anyways, like I said, they're investigating it to find out what it is, and hopefully they'll come back with some results. I hope it doesn't happen again, because it does make quite a mess.
Yeah, yeah. That reminds me, I knew a lady, uh, she was called Mama Mix-Up. She was a CBer, an older lady. She lived right down, man, she was like right across the street from Stelco, or DeFasco over here, I should say, in the last set of residential houses next to the steel factories there. And oh my God, the soot and the crap and everything, it's got to be unhealthy to be living there, number one. And I don't care how clean the factory says it is. When you're, within 100 feet from a major steel factory, that's no good.
Well, I know that for a fact, yes. I mean, when I worked at the company down there, like one of the things they used to do, and I know where Mama Mix-Up used to live, because I talked to her quite often, but one of the things they used to do is we'd have slag left over from when obviously we were making steel, and one of the things they do, they break it up, because in the slag there's alloys, and they want those alloys recuperated. They'd pick them up and they'd drop them. Now, I was in a building probably, I don't know, a block and a half away from it, and the building would shake when they're dropping that. And there's buildings that were their homes, they were only half a block away from it. When they dropped that piece of slag and they were trying to break it, man, I'll tell you, it vibrated the ground.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So, anyways, Larry, thanks for sharing. And yeah, I knew some people. I think we used to call them slags, but anyways, that's another story. Anything else before I move on, Larry?
No, that's it. I'll let you carry on.
Okay, very good then. So next, let's bring in Steve. Oh no, Rick. Sorry, Steve, you'll be next. Rick tied with Larry there. VE3, Bravo, Kilowatt. Where you been?
Wow. Yeah, beat it. Larry beat me up. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, especially seeing I live downtown. Yeah, anyway, I know what you mean by that, Chuck. Downtown's where the old Stockwell Tower is. That's downtown to me. And I'm more in the central, but actually, Chuck is more central than I am. Anyway, okay, about cars. I used to drive
Hello,
a
Dot.
1985 Suburban, and it had nothing, none of this, new stuff. And then I bought a 2011 Ram, and holy, wow, all the toys it's got on it. And now look at what we got. Wow, lots of toys. So, I regress back to when I used to drive dune buggies in the farm. Dune buggies made from old Volkswagens, and they had nothing. It was just a lot of fun driving them around. So,
Oh yeah.
dune buggies. Anyway, okay. I wasn't gonna comment on all that stuff, but hey, I couldn't help it. Anyway, yeah. So, thanks to V3BMW, Bill, for working me on Canada Day, and so that was fun. And the bands weren't too bad on that day because I actually worked a few rock stations and east and west, so that was kind of fun. But I didn't spend as much time on there as I wanted to. Okay, another
Uh,
topic. Friday
Same
nights,
here.
we get on with Reg. I know that Larry has his net. It's the same time, and sometimes I try and get both. But anyway, I was on Echolink 9229, and that is also on the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club repeater. NCF V3 NCF on the 2 meter side, 146 146 760, and you can get in on that on All Star and join the net. But also, I mentioned on there, Chuck, I mentioned your net and it was streamed, and your call sign VA3CW or CJZ on the streaming, and they could go and have a look at that. And the guy in Georgia said, "Oh, I gotta check that out," because I told him one of the nets on there was the net I do on Monday night. So, So anyway, that's a little advertising for you, Chuck. And what else? 13 colonies. Band conditions weren't all that great. I didn't get them all, and then I didn't. I sort of gave up. I didn't. Let's see, how many did I miss? I missed one, two, three. I missed three from getting a clean sweep. So I could have got them easy, probably, maybe. Sometimes they're hard to get. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but the 13 colonies is the original 13 colonies of the U.S. states, and they have special events one by one calls, and they get on HF and try and work them on 20 or 40 or wherever you hear them. They do even do digital, so it's a lot of fun. Anyway, that's about all I got there, Chuck, and tomorrow we'll be on the TP net. Last week we missed personal business I had, and anyways, TP net at 3 o'clock local time, and that's on 7100 VA3 CWM will be on there. So anyway, and our remote is working. We just got that back. They borrowed the radio, the 7300, nice radio. They borrowed that and used it on field day, and then the guy that borrowed it went away for a week, so it wasn't up for a week too. So that happened last week. I don't know what happened there, Chuck. Maybe you can tell me if anybody came on or whatever. Also last night, the net, one of those old man things happened there. Last night's net didn't happen. Anyway, and Marty was
Okay.
all concerned and phoned here. But so back to you, Chuck, and maybe you can let me know what happened with the YouTube stream. I've been playing with the TV, and when I put you on the YouTube screen, there's Chuck live, big, on the picture on the TV. So that's always fun to do that, when you can get YouTube on your TV. Anyway, back to you, Chuck. VA3CJZ V3BK.
Yeah, Rick, that reminds me, Vanya VA3XLJ went to Croatia there and put the AREG up on the smart TV at his relative's place there, and it was a giant screen TV, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope everything looks good on this on the stream. And that's one way to find out when you got a big screen and you can say it looks good, then I'm happy. But as far as last night for the Monday night, uh, oh no, not last Monday, sorry. Um, I I, uh, I was thrown off guard because I finished the 7 p.m. Monday night accidental net, and then I kept the stream going because I figured there's only not that much time left before 8 o'clock. And so I switched over to Marty's or the NCF repeater and until it was finished there, and then I switched over to. Oh, and then Marty told me that um, the net was that you didn't come on at 7:30 and that he didn't know what was going on. So I said, all right. And so at 8 o'clock, I went to 7150, didn't hear everything. And you know what, Rick? I would have taken over had I been given more notice. But when I'm just set to stream and my mindset is on the streaming, which, by the way, folks, while you're transmitting on the radio, checking out the YouTube stream and running the cameras and so on, the logs, you get it keeps you busy, let me tell you. So I decided to let's see now. I think I just shut her down after a few minutes there. I think I might have went. You'll have to check the video, Rick. I might have gone to another net there and streamed there for a while. And after that, I just went to 10 meters and chit-chatted with CSY and Al AM. And I got the 13 colonies. I got all of them on sideband, and some of them I got on different bands, like on two bands. And I think one of them or two of them I got on three bands. So I'm all in for that one. And Canada Day, geez, I'll have to go back and look at my log for that. I got a few racks in there as well. Back to you, Rick.
Oh yeah, Canada is always fun. It's always fun. But I should have spent more time at it. But the time I spent at it was great. So well, the one thing though, I got up in the middle of the night because my sleep was kind of screwed up, and I got up in the middle of the night and I listened. And I was trying to get France. I was trying to get that guy in France, right? And the TM, and I couldn't get him. I could hear him on the SDR, but he couldn't hear me. So anyway, so I got up in the middle of the night, like 3:30, well, early morning, I guess, and I turned the HF radio on, and the bands were kind of dead. But here's a little blip on 20 meters, so I tuned to that. And here it's a guy in France that I worked once before. I checked my log, and he was on there. He was only 3S units, but I pointed a beam at France or at Europe, and I got him. So I didn't bother working him again. He was working a bunch of guys in Europe and stuff. So he probably wouldn't have heard me anyway. Well, he probably would, probably would have heard me. But that's the start with some guys in Europe. There was a guy in Italy that was on 20 meters, and they're not allowed full legal power like we are over here. And he had an antenna rate that was really something. And he had times when the bands aren't really all that good. Boy, oh boy, you can always hear that guy in Italy. Can't think of his call right now, but anyway, I worked him more than once, and his antennas are doing all the work. Yeah. Anyway, so good for all the colonies there. I worked them on three different bands. Two there at 20, 40, and 80, I think. The ones that I did work. So I got them all except for what I said, three, I guess. Three that I haven't got check marks beside. That's the colonies. And the bonus stations, I heard that one guy that's in Philadelphia there, what's his called? WM3PEN, and he was at a campground, and they were getting lightning galore. And so he shut down before I had a chance to try and work him. But I never heard him again. Anyway, that's the way it goes with 13 colonies. It's still fun to chase all that stuff, and DX Summit is the place to go. And and it's almost like cheating, you know. You go to DX Summit and it tells you where the guy is. So that's always fun. Back to you, V3BK.
Yeah, yeah, very good, Rick. Larry LBI was just posting on the YouTube stream there that he said it costs money for the certificate for the 13 colonies, but hey, you know, it's not for everyone, but if it's available, it's only a few bucks, 5, 10 bucks. We got Jason VE3ZJC checking in on YouTube. Hello, Jason. He said he got one last year, paid 10 bucks, and said it was worth it. So there you go. All right, Rick, we'll clear with you, and we've got people waiting in the wings here, and let's bring in. Geez, we got Vern still on the portable. Vern, are you still there? Oh, faint copy on you there, Vern. I'm sorry, I should have taken you first. Come on back.
Okay, let me move a bit. How's that, Chuck?
All right, beautiful.
All right, just a walk, 26 degrees. Pretty nice day, a little sticky today. Fortunately, no rain. I gather there's some rain coming up, though. And I did want to make a few comments on the cars topic. My son, who's in the States, does have a Tesla, and I have been impressed with it. On one occasion, we went out to a restaurant, and basically he let the car do the driving. I mean, if you need to intervene, you can. But it went from his driveway to the restaurant, including letting us choose which parking spot we wanted and then parking. And I got to say, Chuck, the technology is pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, it seems like it wasn't that long ago that I heard of I think a big crash involved with one of those. But then again, it probably it happens more with people probably than with those automobiles. It's just that it makes the news, right? Because it's something new. But right on. Um, yeah, I've personally never been in one. I know a lady who owns one, just maybe 6 or 7 houses down the street here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm impressed. He let me drive it a few times. I will confess, I could not find where all the controls were because everything's on the screen. Literally, everything's on the screen. So I couldn't figure out how to turn the fans up or down or whatever. And he had it on regenerative braking. So if you take your foot off the gas, it starts to brake and slow down. So literally, when you come up to a stop, all you do is take your foot off the gas, and it stops. If you need to hit the brake, it's certainly there. And just the spatial awareness in the vehicle, when you're looking at the screen, you can see everything around you, every other vehicle. And he has said to me that the only issue it has is when he's trying to get onto the highway and it's metered. You know, when they have the lights that quickly turn between red and green and you're trying to get onto the highway. That's the only thing it has trouble dealing with. Anyway, I mean, they're coming for us, Chuck, eventually. I will also say that while we were there, I was kind of puzzled. There were a bunch of driverless Waymo cars circling the airport, and I guess they are driverless taxi cabs that you can hail with the app. And I saw a pile of those driving around the Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix. So I'm okay with some of the tech. Obviously, you shouldn't be sleeping and letting it do the driving. You have to be ready to intervene. But I do feel that it's pretty safe and definitely, the electricity is much cheaper than gas. I will give you that. Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, yeah, sleeping or maybe having some nookie there in the front seat. I hear you. All right, very good, Vern. Yeah, like I said, I've never had the pleasure, and when you mentioned that at the end there, it made me think of the movie Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes, and they had a driverless taxi in that movie there. If you don't, If you don't remember, check it out. And that was what? About 25 years ago? So, yeah, if you can think it, somebody will make it happen. All right, Vern, thank you so much for your check-in, sir. Enjoy your walk. This is the best time of day other than early morning. Back to you.
Yeah, it definitely is nice now. I would not want to be walking at noon. I think today was the hottest day of the week. It'll be slightly cooler tomorrow. But yeah, I'm usually out pretty early in the morning and then try and get out again at night. I'll be around for a little while longer. I'm heading back towards the house. But I appreciate you picking me up, Charles. And I hope that everyone has a great evening and a nice rest of the week. VA3CRF.
Good save.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right, Vern, we'll catch you later. Thanks again. And finally, we will get to Steve now. Sorry about that, Steve. VA3NFG.
VA3 CJZ VA3 NFG in the mobile. Good evening, Chuck, and to all on net. I'm just out in the mobile here getting some
Oh,
go-go juice. You know, at Ottawa and Fennel, it's the gas is $1.52.9 a
okay.
liter. Okay, and there's
Is
a
that good?
lineup almost going onto the
Mm.
road for it on both sides, Upper Ottawa and Fennel. And then I'm over at Crockett and Upper Gage, and the gas is $1.60 a liter. So I'm working it out, right? 8 cents a liter savings. Probably going to get about 50 liters of gas. That works out to about $4 I'm going to save by waiting in my car. You know, and the lineup is 5 cars long on each side of the pump to get gas. You know, unless you're at a pickup truck with dual tanks, $4. You know, you'll probably spend that in air conditioning just to keep cool while you're waiting to get the gas. But that's okay. I'm gonna go back over to Crockett and pay $1.60. Anyway, nothing else going on here. I cut my grass about an hour ago, and I was off today. I'm off tomorrow, and then I go back for a day. Then I'm off for a couple of days. So there you go, Chuck. Back to you.
All right. Yeah, line up at the disco. $4 in air conditioning. Well, you must keep it pretty cold. But yes, yes, it's all a strain. Same thing with I remember the old VW Beetles gas heater uh, that also worked on your gas. We had a heater that uh, used up gas. The more, if you didn't use the heater, you would save on fuel. Speaking of which, I knew a friend of mine who had no heater in his VW Beetle, and he drove from Winnipeg to Toronto in the middle of winter just before Christmas. Uh, and no heater in a VW. Him and his wife had to scrape the inside of the window in order for them to see because, of course, their breath was frosting up the windshield and of course the cold air blowing. And they had to wear a blanket on their laps the whole time. Oh my goodness. Anyways, back to you.
Well, I couldn't imagine having to do that all the way from Winnipeg. Winnipeg, you say? That's quite a distance to drive in the middle of winter with no heat. I would have been stopping into a Canadian Tire to get one of those 12-volt cigarette lighter defrosters. Is what I would have pulled over to get. But anyway, yeah. Speaking of the gas, I knew somebody who had a Westphalia, and it ran on a gas, but I don't think it was gasoline. It was some other gas because it gave off a different like an off gas, like a scent of something. But anyway, that was a long time ago. So, all right, very good there, Chuck. I see you got the net going there. Very good, as you do every Wednesday. And I'm glad I can participate, and I'll be listening to the remainder of the net. Back to you there, Chuck, VA3CJZ, VA3NFG Mobile.
All right. Oh, before I forget, I just want to mention to Jason, if you're there listening, VE3ZJC. I was looking at available call signs. Was it today, yesterday? And of course, I was looking for two-letter calls, and in the middle of the daytime, that's no good. But I did have a peek as to um, what uh, uh, what was available, and one of the calls was VE3ZJJ. So I almost snapped it up just as a joke, but I didn't. But I am thinking about getting another call sign. Anyways, with that, that clears my list. Anyone else out there wishing to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Okay, I heard a double there, but Mark came through. VA3 Mike Hotel Victor. Who's the other station?
VA3XLJ.
All right, MHV and XLJ. I got a question for you, Vanya, about cars. All right, since you missed Monday night, let's bring in Mark, VA3 Mike Hotel Victor.
VA3CJZ, VA3MHV. Evening, Chuck. Everyone on the net, everyone on the YouTube stream following along as well. Just pretty interesting with Larry's comments there. We happen to have a little short terrier here with white fur and very short little legs. And we actually had to bath him this week because he'd go out in the morning dew and run around on the grass like you'd expect. Came in and his little legs are all black. So I never really connected the dots because I don't have a yard here like Larry does where you notice the soot or any accumulation on furniture and whatnot. But yeah, pretty interesting. I didn't realize that something had occurred, but it all makes sense now. As far as the car thing, Chuck, that little thing I just picked up is pretty loaded up with little gadgets. I would say the nice thing about it is that you can enable and disable. So use when wanting and don't use when not. Let me drop, Chuck. Other than that, I'll be here for the duration, Chuck. Thank you for doing it. I'm looking forward to the trivia. Say hello to everyone on the net this evening, and I'll let you pick up Vanya. I don't want to tie it up. VA3MHV.
Okay, Mark, thank you very much for your check-in, and always a pleasure. Good to hear you. All right, Vanya, VA3XLJ. My question for Monday night was, what was the very first car that you had ownership of? So, it was legally in your name. But anyways, come on in, Vanya, and share with us what's been happening.
VA3CJZ, VA3XLJ. Good evening, Chuck. So the very first car which I had legally in my name, it would be the Mercury Mystique. It was a V6 and a 5-speed, and it was green. I mean, it was kind of like a funny green, but it was nice. I really love that car. Like it wasn't overly too powerful or fast. I mean, fast is relatively fast, I guess. When you pick up enough momentum, and have enough distance, like it gets there, but acceleration wasn't as fast as you would expect, even for 5-speed. But I love that car, and I was probably one of the few people who didn't have a problem with the head gaskets and a few other things. But yeah, I miss that car. Like if I could get that car again, like find it. I've seen one, actually the green one, but it's probably like a refreshed model, like maybe 2 years ago on a Tim Hortons parking lot, and I kind of like look at it and reminiscing a little bit about it. It's yeah, I miss that car. I really, yeah, for the most part, either we drive the four-door Hondas, like that would be the my choice out of two. Wife, she had the Nissans and the Toyotas beside other ones which I mentioned, but yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, you know, Vanya, it was funny on Monday when I asked that question to everybody, there was a few people who said, uh, to this day, my favorite that's my favorite car. So yeah, it's we all have a favorite. Noel has joined us. VE3KDT on the YouTube stream. Good evening, Noel. Forgot to acknowledge you earlier. And he says his favorite was a 1984 Chrysler Laser. Laser? What the heck was that? What did that look like? Anyways, Vanya, very good. Thanks for checking in. Everything else good with you and your co-pilot, Martin?
Yeah, yeah, we are good. I mean, we are late to the show. Let's call it the show or net. And yeah, I have this habit like I fall asleep. I come home around like I don't know 5:30ish. Fall asleep and I wake up. Then I'm kind of like all drowsy until 8 or 9 and miss most of my afternoons. I developed that habit of sleeping and I miss lots of stuff. But I'm kind of working on it. Not to do that, but we will see how successful I'm gonna be. Yeah, yeah, we are doing fine so far. So we're gonna probably stay for duration and see how that thing goes. Another thing, talking about cars, this hybrid car what I'm driving right now, and the other one is also hybrid. Um, Air condition, I believe, oil pump, and something else is run off of the hybrid battery. So I think if you have a battery half charged or full charge, I mean it's not full charge ever. It runs in this band in between, let's say like 35 to 75% charge. But if you have it closer to 75%, probably air condition and the radio in the car will run on it for like good 40 minutes before the engine starts up, just to top up the hybrid batteries. So I do firmly believe hybrid for next 5 to 10 years is the way to go until they get electric cars in a way they should be made. Anyways, back to you, Chuck.
Okay, Vanya, thank you very much for that, and of course for joining us tonight. Okay, with that, anyone else wishing to check in to the AREG net, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November. Matt, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck, and good evening, everyone on the net and on the stream. A little bit late to check in here, but I have been on listening for a little while, and looking forward to the rest of the show.
All right, that'll be coming up momentarily, actually. So thanks for making it to the radio. Busy guy that you are, and yeah. So this weekend, are you heading up?
That's the current plan. My wife is going to visit a coworker of ours at their trailer, which is in Dunville, I think, on
Oh yeah.
Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, hoping to make it out to the hamfest, and then Sunday we'll be relaxing at the trailer. So I think we're going to go up Friday night and do all of this from the trailer. So looking forward to it. Whether we do or not, it should be a fun weekend.
All right. Yep. It's summertime. Okay, Matt. Thanks again. You're in the log. And so with that, anyone else wishing to check in, please come now. All right. So what do we got here? Oh, we got a little trivia going, but I wanted to talk about something before we do some trivia. It won't be that long. This is, I had a question, and I wasn't born and raised here, but I've often heard the term, uh, I live in the hammer. So I was curious and I looked it up. I asked Google the question, how long has Hamilton had the nickname the Hammer? And here's what it said. Hamilton has used the nickname the Hammer for over 40 years. The moniker originally emerged out of the local music and arts scene in the mid 1980s and was popularized broadly throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. Mark putting a hammer up, that's cool. The history of the nickname origin. Local musician Sonny Del Rio claims to have coined the term the hammer during a road trip in the spring of 1984. It was widely adopted by other Hamilton musicians and eventually became a prominent symbol of the city. Industrial roots. The nickname pays homage to Hamilton's heavy industrial and steelmaking heritage, reflecting the clanging machinery and the hardworking, resilient spirit of the city. Everyday usage. Originally utilized in parallel with older names like Steel Town or Steel City, the hammer is now firmly embedded in local culture. It is heavily used in sports by the Hamilton Tiger Cats and serves as the inspiration for the city's American Hockey League, the AHL team, the Hamilton Hammers. Oh, didn't know that. All right, so with that, do we have any questions or comments about this, or shall we continue on? So there you have it. Brought in by the music and art scene of the mid 1980s. Well, I'm glad I looked that up, actually. Okay, moving on. Let's bring up some trivia here. What do I got here? All right. Okay, so this is going to be a mix-up of all different um, uh, categories. So, we'll have geography and history and whatever all mixed in. So the first, geez, it keeps disappearing. There we go. My first question, are you ready? Which space telescope was launched by NASA in 1990?
That would be the Hubble.
I knew a guy named Hubble back in basic training. He was a coaster too. That's absolutely correct. The Hubble in 1990. Uh, oh yeah, we covered the Fortnite one. I think we've done this one. Uh, the Renaissance began in which country in the 14th century?
I think that was France.
You would think because it's a French name, right? Renaissance is actually a French word, but you would be wrong. The correct answer is Italy. Okay. What star sign is symbolized by a pair of scales?
Libra.
Any Libras in the house? Correct answer is Libra. Very good, very good. And Guy and Wade got it right. Okay. Oh, yeah, we covered this question before. How many time zones are there in the world? Congratulations, Wade. 24 is the correct answer.
We're a half hour out.
I'm sorry, I must have keyed with you there. What?
Is it 23? Because there's some countries that are half hour offset.
24 is the answer. They might have rounded it off. But we won't dwell on that. There are better things to do, like ask more trivia. Let's see now. What is the national flower of Japan? Ooh, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter. That is correct, Wade. The correct answer is cherry blossom. I used to love that chocolate bar as a kid. Hard to find now. Oh dear, I got I got shafted again. It ends with I thought I had way more questions again. Man, I'm gonna have to double check here. All right, give me a moment. I can pull another one up here.
That's what she said.
Who does Han Solo shoot and kill at Mos Eisley Cantina or Mos Eisley Cantina? Did you know that when Han Solo was put in that slab of whatever there, and he got taken away, they never he was never on the contract for the next Star Wars film. They had to almost beg him to come back because they thought they had written him out, right? So, all right. So Greedo was the answer. I don't even know who Greedo is. So, anyways, all right. Uh, let's see now. All right. Who plays the Phantom of the Opera in the 1925 silent film? Long time scary boogeyman Lon Chaney was the original. Who was the Greek personification of death? It was Thanatos. Almost sounds like Thanos from the Avengers, but it's Thanatos. Thanatos. Huh. Never heard of that in history class. Okay. What was the first fully CGI feature film?
Jurassic Park.
Oh, no, no, wrong. Try again. Somebody got it right. That is correct. It is, in fact, Toy Story. Toy Story is the correct answer. And Matt says 1995. Well, I didn't ask for the year, but thank you. All right.
At Hubble, but I was on the other side of the room.
I hear you. All right, what do we got here? According to Instacart, what's the most disliked food in America?
It's anything like the movies, Brussels sprouts or liver.
Anchovies. Anchovies is the correct answer.
Oh, come on. That one too.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, which state has the shortest one-way commute to work? What state has, on average, the shortest commute to work?
Rhode Island.
U.S. state. Let me bring that up again. South Dakota. South Dakota is the correct answer. Why? Everybody lives on a ranch and they just walk out their door? I don't know. We did this one before. Which popular condiment was once sold as a medicinal cure for diarrhea? That would have been not mustard. Try again. Yes, it's ketchup. Matt got that right. Diarrhea, just drink some ketchup. Just like they say if your dog has, I've heard this, they say if your dog has diarrhea, feed him uh, pumpkin, uh, pumpkin puree. I would think that would make it worse, but that's what I heard. Anybody else ever hear that? Which Titanic actor appeared on the children's TV show Romper Room? That was, in fact, Leo DiCaprio. He was also one of the Musketeers on, or Mouseketeers on Disney, for Disney there. One of the Mouseketeers. All right. How old was Queen Elizabeth II when she was crowned Queen of England?
Young.
There we go. Mark Man's got it right. 27. Did you know during World War II she worked in the motor pool division of the British military? Who was the first president to visit all 50 states? Yes, Wade, she was a mechanic.
Truman.
And Guy, I believe the year was 1952 when she was crowned. Richard Nixon was the first U.S. president to visit all 50 states. There you go. Yeah, Guy got it right. It is Richard Nixon. Um, what was the very first state?
Confusion.
Somebody mentioned it earlier.
I mentioned Rhode Island, but I'm not paying attention. I was on the other side of the room. Someone mentioned it earlier. I mentioned Rhode Island.
Well, you're not too far off. The very first state was Delaware. And Guy got that one right too. Way to go, Guy. What is known as the Badger State? You know, the honey badger. What state is known as the Badger State? Uh, yeah. We don't need no stinking badges. Oh, wrong one. It is, in fact, Wisconsin. So Mark got that one right. Way to go, Mark. Uh, uh, oh, we did this one already. Let's see if anyone remembers. Which U.S. state grows coffee beans? There's only one. That's right, Guy. It's Wade, Hawaii. Hawaii. Okay, that's it. All right, we'll do one more and then we're going to have to switch over to On This Day. What year did MTV launch?
Did they not close it this year or the last year?
MTV? Geez, I don't know when they stopped doing videos there, Vanya. That's a good question. But the very first year for MTV was 1981. Oh, Guy got that one right too. Way to go, Guy. Yep, 1981. All right. Man, if I would have kept all my comic books that I had as a kid, I'd be rich today. What year? We'll make this the last question. What year was the first Batman comic book published? The number one Batman. Do you know the year? That's a little too far back, Mark. Oh, oh, someone's close. Guy, it was 1939. So there you go. Very close. Very, very close. All right. Very good then. So thank you for playing along with the trivia. Let me put a mark here for next week. And there we go. Uh, there. All right. Mixed trivia B. There we go. We've saved it. All right. With that, do we have any questions or comments or new check-ins for tonight's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is Chuck in Hamilton, Ontario, VA3CJZ.
I do have a question. Which is your favorite Batmobile?
Oh, I got a picture taken of one of the Batmobiles in Toronto in the early 1980s, I think. Or was it 1990? I think it was 19. Oh, geez, it would have been 94 at the CNE. Uh, the one with the Dark Knight. Yeah, Guy, my cousin Guy there. I agree with that one.
Yeah, I never get to see them like in person, but I would really like to see the very first one. You remember those Batmans when they fight and they have those pong, bang, crash, all those little pop-ups? So I would love to see one of those Batmobiles. I did watch I don't know, is it YouTube channel or something like it? It was on YouTube for sure, anyways. And the guy, he was restoring them and making them almost like the very, very good replica out of it. And if not that one, then the Batman, I was probably still, it was a movie that was still in with the Kim Basinger, and I can't remember the other guy name. There was a Joker inside. He was, see, I can't remember that guy's name either. But did they make a Batmobile based on a 1970s Corvette, like Stingray Corvette, like. So probably those are two of my favorite Batmobile cars, because any other cars after that, they were just like, I don't know, for some reason they don't fit the Batman in my mind. Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, well, you don't get to see them in great detail in the movies because they're involved in action scenes, but yeah, I know what you mean there. There was a guy who was restoring uh, vehicles like that. I mean, there was the car for the monkeys, there's the Batmobile, there's the Munsters, the hot rod the Munsters had. Oh, that was the best. That was the best TV show car. The Munster Dragster. Oh man, that was awesome.
Yeah, I really, it's funny thing, like probably a couple of months ago we were talking about this show and that show at work, and I can only come up with like a three or four shows which I watched as a kid, which they, let's say, allow us to watch from the West, and the one of those older Batman was the one of those shows, but yeah, so I don't know any of those shows which you just mentioned. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, V83XLJ.
Okay, Vanya, very good. Anyone else with a comment or check in? Come now.
Yeah, VA3WPG. You know who else worked on cars? There's a mechanic, Sidney Sweeney. We'll leave it at that.
Is he related to Todd Sweeney?
No, you remember Sidney Sweeney, the great jeans ad?
Oh, okay. Oh,
Um, uh, Blue Notes have great jeans. You know that ad. Went big. Anyway, yeah, she's a mechanic too.
yeah. Pass me the wrench. Okay, I got you. All right, let's jump to On This Day. It's been several weeks since we've done On This Day, but I've kept the numbers going. I've got them on file, even though I didn't use them. But tonight we're at week 281 for On This Day. And we always start with today's famous birthdays, and we start with as far back in time uh, uh, as necessary. And today we start with John Pemberton was born on this day in 1831. John Pemberton was an American pharmacist who invented Coca-Cola. And he was born in Knoxville, no, not Tennessee. He was born in Knoxville, Georgia. John Pemberton is the pharmacist who invented Coca-Cola. Next, Ferdinand von Zeppelin, a German general and inventor of the rigid dirigibles who founded the Zeppelin Airship Company, was born on this day in 1838. Of course, he was born in Germany. He died in 1917. Next, born on this day in 1839, John D. Rockefeller, an American industrialist and founder of Standard Oil. And he was born in New York, died in 1937, almost 100 years old. Wow. Next, Hugo Boss. Yes, that's a real person. He was born in 1885 and he was a Nazi sympathizer. Uh, Hugo Boss was a German clothing manufacturer, Nazi Party member, and war profiteer. Born in, I can't even say it, Kingdom of Württemberg. Uh, Hugo Boss made all the Nazi outfits for the Nazis. Henry Ford also sold vehicles to Nazi Germany. A lot of people profited from war. Nelson Rockefeller was born on this day. So, is that father and son? I don't think so. Nelson Rockefeller was born on this day in 1908, and he was a politician. He was also vice president between 1974 and 1977, and he was governor of New York before that. He was born in Bar Harbor, Maine. Janice Pennington, an American Playboy playmate, was born on this day in 1942. She was playmate in May 1971, if you guys want to check it out. And she was also a model on The Price is Right. Check her out. You might remember her. Janice Pennington. She was on The Price is Right for many years. Born in Seattle, Washington. Wolfgang Puck was born on this day in 1949. That's right, Guy. Come on down. Wolfgang Puck, born in 1949. Of course, you should know him. He's a celebrity chef. He's from Austria and filthy rich. All right, next, Angelica Houston. Turned 75 today, born in 1951, an American actress. You might remember her from the Addams Family movies. Born in Los Angeles, California. And last on my list is Kevin Bacon, born on this day, 1958. He was in the movie Footloose, of course, and a bunch of other stuff. Everyone knows Kevin Bacon. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Well, with that, yes, I bought a box of pre-cooked bacon. I haven't bought that in years. I paid $4 for about ten slices, and you know what? You can buy a uncooked, well, it's less than a pound now, 375 grams, and you'll end up with 10 pieces of bacon. But these are perfect pieces of bacon, the ones in the box. So it was well worth the $4. I didn't have to cook them. All right, who died today in history? Well, we'll start with Christian Huygens, who died on this day in 1695. Dutch mathematician and astronomer who discovered Saturn's rings. And he's also, excuse me, also a scientist. Dies at the age of 66. Pinup model and actress Vivian Leigh died on this day, 1967, at the age of 53. She was an English actress. You might remember her from Gone with the Wind and also the movie A Streetcar Named Desire. She died of tuberculosis at 53. Dick Sargent. His real name, Richard Stanford Cox. You might remember him as Darren on Bewitched. Died of cancer at the age of 64 back in 1994. Kim Il sung also died in 1994. He's the father of the North Korean current dictator. And Kim Il sung was the founder dictator and supreme leader of North Korea. Dies of a heart attack at the age of 82 back in 94. Next, we've got Elizabeth Adams. Uh, Died in 1995. She was an American Beverly Hills Madame, and she was the mentor to Heidi Fleiss. Remember Heidi Fleiss and that famous black book? We never did get to hear of any names in that book, did we? Just like we'll never get to see the names on the Jeffrey Epstein list. It'll all be buried. Dying in 1996 on this day, Amchel Rothschild. That name sounds familiar. Rothschild was a British banker, executive chairman of Rothschild Asset Management of the Rothschild banking family of England. And he dies at the young age of 41 back in 96.
No big loss when it comes to the Rothschilds.
Yeah, you got that right. They got plenty of them to go around. Don't worry. All right, next, dying in 2002, Ward Kimball, known as an American animator, but was known as one of Disney's 9 old men. You should Google that. Disney's 9 old men. So basically, there were 9 animators that were, the original animators, and Ward Kimball was one of those, and he passed away in 2002. I actually did look it up. Disney's 9 old men. Ernest Borgnine passed away in 2012 on this day. He's an American Academy Award winning actor. He was, you might remember him from the old series McHale's Navy. He was also in the 70s movie The Poseidon Adventure, the original movie. And he dies from renal failure at the age of 95. Not bad, 95. And finally, Shinzo Abe died in 2022. Should I say he was assassinated? He was the Prime Minister of Japan twice, from 2006 to 2007, and then again from 2012 to 2020. So, and the longest serving PM in Japanese history dies after being shot twice while giving a speech in Nara, Japan. He was 67. I wonder if that was on TV. All right, do we have any questions, comments, or any new check-ins for tonight's net? Please come now. All right, today in history, July 8th. In the year 1099, we have the First Crusade. It says here 15,000 starving Christian soldiers march in religious procession around Jerusalem as its Muslim defenders look on. The Christians would go on to retake uh, Jerusalem, and the Muslims would go on to take it back, and then the Christians, and yada yada. The year is 1497. Portuguese navigator Vasco da Gama departs on his first voyage and becomes the first European to reach India by sea.
Starting the last one, VA3WPG, and on and on and on and on.
Yes, sir. Now, apparently now, not Jerusalem, but the Temple Mount is pretty much run by Muslims and Christians, and I think there's another religious sect. Oh, what is it? I forget now. But there's parts of Temple Mount that they want to excavate, but the Muslims won't let them because it's on their side of the building. I don't know. It's a mess. It'd be nice to know the truth, right? There's all kinds of stories about things that were found underneath the Temple Mount. Anyways, all right. In the year 1680, we have the first confirmed tornado in America, and the tornado kills a servant at Cambridge, Massachusetts. Next, we have the reading of the Declaration of Independence. The year is 1776. Colonel John Nixon gives the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence to an assemblage of citizens in Philadelphia. In 1778, now, George Washington makes West Point his headquarters for his Continental Army. In 1796, the United States State Department issues its first U.S. passport. That's in 1796. In 1836, Charles Darwin reaches St. Helena on the HMS Beagle and takes up lodgings near the tomb of Napoleon, where I guess that's where he lies. I know Napoleon was banned or banished to an island, so maybe it was St. Helena. I don't remember. In 1874, the Mounties, or the Northwest Mounted Police as they're known now, begin their march west from Fort Dufferin. Now, Fort Dufferin is 100 kilometers south of Winnipeg on the Canada-U.S. border, and then the Mounties go west from there back in 1874. And then we have the last bare knuckle heavyweight bout. In 1889, John L. Sullivan successfully defends the last officially sanctioned bare knuckle World Heavyweight Prize Fighting Championship when Jake Kilrain's trainer throws in the towel after 75 one-minute rounds near Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Bare knuckles now. Remember that. 1 minute of that is enough. All right, the year is 1896. Charles Tupper resigns as Prime Minister of Canada after losing the June 23rd election. His 69-day term is the shortest in Canadian history. Charles Tupper. The year is 1905. The soldiers of the Russian battleship Potemkin, who mutinied, surrender to Romanian authorities, who turned the ship over to the Russian authorities soon after. Next, we've got the erector set patented. In 1913, Alfred Carlton Gilbert's patent for the erector set is issued. One of the most popular toys of all time, especially during the 40s and 50s. Ah, yes, that's right. Today is July 8th, and today is the day that a UFO crash landed in Roswell, New Mexico, 1947. Reports are broadcast that a UFO has crash landed in Roswell, New Mexico. Nice, Mark. All right. 1965 now. Canadian Pacific airliner crashes into Gustafson Lake, British Columbia, due to a bomb on board, killing 52 people. one of the great unsolved aviation mysteries. No one knows who, what, where, why. And on this day in 1969, U.S. troops withdrawal begin in Vietnam. And next for you music lovers, the year is 1970. Fantasy Records releases Cosmo's Factory, the fifth studio album by American rock band Creedence Clearwater Revival. It is critically acclaimed and becomes their biggest seller, spawning 6 singles that reached the top 5 of the Billboard charts. More music news. The year is 1974. David Bowie begins 6 consecutive nights of his Diamond Dogs tour at Tower Theater in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Several shows were recorded and released as the double LP David Live later in the year. Almost done, folks. 4 more. In 1979, Voyager 2 discovers Jupiter's moon, Adrastea, also known as Jupiter 15, the first natural satellite discovered from spacecraft images. More music news. In 1988, Stevie Wonder announces he will run for mayor of Detroit in 1992. He does not follow through. In 2011, the Space Shuttle Atlantis is launched in the final mission of the U.S. Space Shuttle program on this day in 2011. And finally, in 2018, 4 boys are the first to be rescued after 16 days from the Tham Luang cave in Thailand that became flooded and by a Thai and international rescue team. If you haven't seen the movie, the documentary, the YouTube videos, you should check it out. These poor people, there's video of them in the cave. I think they ended up sedating the kids, putting them on stretchers, and putting breathing apparatus on their face, and they were dunked underwater while sedated and floated through a cave tunnel system. It was brutal. You should check it out. Uh, the Tham Luang Cave. All right, well, that's it for on this day. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did researching it and telling it all back to you. And with that, we're going to get started with the 7-3 round. But before I do that, do we have any questions or comments or any last-minute check-ins for tonight's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? Alrighty, let's get going. Who is number 1 on my list here? That would be Mike, VE3KMQ. Are you still around? VA3WPG.
VA3WPG, yeah, just fiddling around with my fog machine a little bit while I was listening in the background. I think I got the nozzle semi-straight, so we are +1 in that department. 73, everyone. Have a good one. Till next time. VA3WPG.
Okay, Chris, good luck with that project. Let's go to Wade. Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
VA3CJZ, VA3NCA. Thanks for doing it, Chuck. Very enjoyable as always. Yeah, nothing else to say but 7-3, and look forward to catching everybody down the log. Thanks again for doing it there, Chuck. VA3CJZ, VA3NCA.
All right, Wade, glad I was able to distract and entertain you for a couple of hours anyways. Don't work too hard and enjoy the rest of the week, sir. Always a pleasure. And so with that, who's next? Oh, there's that guy who wants to get in early. VA3 IMW.
In early, out early. It's pumpkin time. And thanks for doing this one, Chuck. Certainly appreciate it. And very entertaining. Hoping to hear everybody check in with us tomorrow night on the simplex edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club net on 446.125. So with that, 7-3s, one and all.
Okay, Mac, hopefully this week hasn't been too painful for you. 2 more sleeps to go. And then you can put your feet up for a little bit longer, or keep your feet up a little bit longer while you're in bed. Thanks, Mac. All right, I'd like to acknowledge everyone who checked in on YouTube with me and those who didn't. I see we've had a few people that stopped by to view the stream. Thank you all so much. And Guy from Ottawa, who checked in on YouTube. We've got Ken from Georgia, N3, Oscar Papa. Uh, we've got Wade, Victor Alpha 3, or sorry, Wayne, Droner Wayne, VA3 Fox Mike Bravo. And then Bill checked in on YouTube, VE3BNW from Selkirk Provincial Park. And then we also had Noel who checked in, VE3KDT. And if I missed anyone, I'm sorry, but thank you all so much. But for now, let's go to Larry, VE3LBI. Oh, it's not time to take the dog out yet, Larry.
Sorry about that, Chuck. No, we're listening along here. I just got preoccupied for a second there. Yep, thanks for doing it, and excuse me, it was a good entertainment one tonight.
All right, thanks, Larry. Appreciate it. I always to try and keep it different and engaging. And so make sure to join Larry on Friday at 8 p.m. on the VE3 ZOE repeater. That's 443075 with a positive offset, no tone, at 8 p.m. For the Friday night ZOE Rag Chew. And our local streamer, Mac, will be streaming the net on YouTube. Just look for VA3 IMW. Thanks, Larry. Next, let's go to Steve, VA3 November Fox Golf. You still there, Steve?
Absolutely there, Chuck. I'm on the portable now, so probably don't have as strong a copy on me as you did before. But anyways, nevertheless, it was a good net there, Chuck, as always, and we'll look forward to it next week for sure, buddy. Back to you, VA3 CJZ, VA3 NFG.
Okay, Steve, thanks a bunch. Do appreciate it. We'll definitely probably talk to you soon throughout the week there. Thanks again, buddy. Let's bring in Rick now, VE3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Yeah, 73 to everybody on frequency. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow on the TP net there. So thanks for doing the streaming there, Chuck, and keeping us entertained on a Wednesday night. Very good net. So anyway, and don't forget that anybody that's available to tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. on the TP net 7100. Okay, that's all I got, Chuck. Thanks for doing it.
Okay, Rick. And by the way, before you go, yesterday, Tuesday, Colin does the 2 to 3 o'clock hour on the TP net, and the band conditions were horrible. I mean, horrible, Rick, at that time yesterday. And so I kept Colin company for the entire hour because No one else came in, so I kind of felt sorry for him. I know what it's like, so I kept him company.
Well, that was good of you. Yeah, that was good of you, and I know he appreciates it for sure because there's nothing worse than having poor conditions and not hearing anybody.
Yeah, and I tried all the web SDRs that I had. Do you think I could hear him? Nope, couldn't hear myself. Nothing. The band was broken at that time. So, yeah, I thought, what the hell? He thanked me over and over again, and I kept saying, hey, Colin, it's only an hour, no big deal. Uh, um, so, yeah, it was my pleasure. Okay, Rick. So remember, folks, if you've got time tomorrow at 3 o'clock, join Rick, Marty, and the gang on the Transprovincial Net with the call sign for the Warplane Museum Radio Room, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Whiskey Mike, VA3 CWM, and that'll be at 3 o'clock. And if you can't make it to your radio, tune in on YouTube. I will be streaming it on YouTube live at 3 p.m. Again, put in my call and search for the live button. All right, let's see if Mark is still there. Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Yeah, it's still here, Chuck. Thank you very much for doing it, my friend. Thanks for all your work and research and prep. It was particularly enjoyable this evening, tonight's edition. Everybody have a good rest of the week. I'll say 731 and all. Look forward to talking to you all down the log, VA3MHV.
Okay, Mark, very good. Thanks for joining us again. Take care. Let's go to Vanya, VA3XLJ, and his trusty co-pilot, Martin. Oh, maybe Vanya said 7-3 at the last time we spoke. I'm not sure. Vanya, you still there? And a shout out to Noel, VE3KDT, checked in from home on YouTube. Thank you, Noel, and everyone else. And lastly, we have Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
7-3, Chuck. 7-3 to everyone on the stream and on the net. Thanks for another fantastic net, and I'll look forward to the next one.
All right, Matt, thank you so much for checking in and being part of the group here as always. And so that ends my list. And so tonight we got 16 check-ins overall, including the YouTube check-ins. Thank you all so much. Please leave a like or comment. I'd appreciate it. And I look forward to doing it all again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, this is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, Chuck in Hamilton, Ontario, saying be safe and be kind to one another. We'll catch you later. 7-3 all.